I'm finally gonna do it. Welcome to my very first reading vlog. I have been wanting to do a reading vlog for so long. Why haven't I done it? I have a 7-month-old son and he requires a lot of my attention. And so, as you can imagine, I'm going to have a lot of interruptions. So bear with me. I am so excited to do this. And today's a very special day. My husband and I are celebrating our 1-year anniversary. And earlier this week, he came to me and said, "Hey, I know it's our anniversary coming up. Is it okay if I just take you to the bookstore?" Yes. Thank you, dear husband. And he almost seemed like I would be disappointed. It's gonna be a great day. I think I already know which book I want to pick out. I would like to do a reading vlog on Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I've gone back and forth on what book I would like to do for my very first reading vlog, but I was thinking about this a lot last night and I started browsing through Goodreads and I looked up the most anticipated reads of 2024, specifically July 2024, because the date is July 19th. Coming in at number 1 is the sequel to Powerless by Lauren Roberts. It's called Reckless. And so I thought, you know what? I think this is just a sign. I've been wanting to read this book for so long. I don't actually have it yet, but I think that's what my husband is going to pick up for me today. So I'm gonna ask him to take me to Books A Million. I love the old B&N, I love it, but honestly, it's a little further away than Books A Million, and I have a Books A Million membership, so it only seems to make sense. I'm excited, and I'm glad you've made your way to this channel. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm going to have a ton of interruptions, but I'm determined to do this, and my son's gonna be a big part of it. And I'm really excited to read Powerless. I have heard nothing but good things. Powerless is all over BookTube, BookTok, Bookstagram. I just consulted Goodreads. I just discovered that Powerless is 523 pages. It's a little more than I was expecting. I don't know why I didn't look at that previously, but I am gonna try to finish that up within a week's time, which means, including today, I'm gonna have to get through 75 pages a day about. I think I can do this. I think. It's gonna be a good time. It may be a total disaster. It really just kind of depends on him, but okay, maybe. Yeah. This is why I've waited so long to do a vlog, because I knew this was gonna be a challenge, but honestly, it's the best thing ever. Thank you. We are back. That was so much fun. I got what I wanted. Honestly, I browsed around the store for a little bit and I tried to find a book that captured my attention as much as the premise does in this one, and I couldn't find anything that topped it. So here we are. We're going with Powerless. If you don't know anything about this book, which I'm willing to bet that you do, this is very, very popular. It came out January 2023, if I'm not mistaken. But this is about a girl who is an ordinary, meaning she lacks magical powers. She lives in a realm where only people with magical abilities are accepted. Everybody else, to my understanding, is executed. And so she is pretending to have these magical abilities by pretending that she's a psychic. And then she ends up somehow being thrown into these trials. I love a good book on trials. Speaking about books with good trials, if you haven't read Trials for the Haunted by J.J. Morris, I highly, highly recommend that book. That one's so good. This premise just really captures my attention and I can't wait to dive in. But I really wanted to just come away with one book, but my husband, every time he takes me shopping, he feels the need, to pick out a book for me. And oh my gosh, first of all, look how gorgeous this is. Look at the sprayed edges. That is just amazing. This is The Night Ends with Fire, and this is a story based off of Mulan. I don't typically like retellings, but this actually sounds really good, and I just checked it out on Goodreads, and it's just under a 4-star rating, so I can't wait to give it a try. I think this cover is absolutely stunning. Edges are stunning. But back to Powerless. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna see how this goes. I bet I only have a few minutes before I get interrupted, but we're gonna at least start this book because I just can't wait. If I haven't said it before, forgive me, but I will keep this spoiler free for you. I will try to make this as entertaining as possible without giving anything away, but I can't wait. So Let's see how long I can read before I have to stop. I love when there's maps in books. Love it. We are making some progress. I'm trying to read 75 pages a day so that way I can finish this up within a week. And I'm on chapter 4, page 25. So I think I can do it. I just got to stay on track. Good morning. It's the next day, July 20th. The last time I updated you, I was on page 25. I am now on page 26. Oops. I always have all these grand plans to get a ton of reading done at night after my son goes to bed. I conked out with him last night, so completely did not mean to do that, but it is what it is. But I will still provide an update and I will try to get caught up today. But I'm really enjoying this story. We're alternating between our main protagonist, Peyton, who seems like a pretty cool main character so far, and then also Kai. Peyton is a very gifted thief, and she is playing a very risky game by pretending that she has psychic powers. A lot of it is guesswork, and it would make me incredibly nervous to be doing what she's doing, but she's pulling it off extremely well. As a character, I'm really liking her. She is a thief at the end of the day, but it doesn't make me like her any less. So far, we've seen Kai and his banter with his brother. They seem like they have a pretty cute relationship. So everything that I've read so far, I'm really liking. I'm excited to just keep going. So we're gonna get back at it. I have my coffee, so I should be ready to go. Let's see how far I can get. While my son was napping, I was able to make it to page 42. Still behind, but I do think I have hopes to be able to get caught up at some point today. But so far, Kai, I am loving your character, dude. Also, I absolutely love this cover. I think this is stunning. I do prefer reading paperback, but honestly, I'm really loving this hardcover. Now, I know I'm only 42 pages in, but so far this is sitting at a 5-star rating for me. I just simply can't wait to see what happens. I am completely hooked. I have to know what happens to these characters, and I love the direction of the story so far. So I can't wait to keep going. Good morning. It's Sunday, the 21st. I'm caught up, kind of. Actually, no, not really. I made it to page 80 last night, which is where I should have been the first day that I got it on Friday. So here we are, page 80. I officially started using a bookmarker rather than being lazy and using the jacket flap, the jacket cover. I'm loving this. I am loving this so much. I totally understand the hype so far. Everything has been so great. I love the way that Kai and Peyton meet. I'm not spoiling anything by saying that Peyton saves Prince Kai's life by fighting off this dude, and it's awesome. She is such a strong character. Despite not having any magical abilities, she does not have any powers, just like the cover indicates. Yet, she is a total badass. I absolutely love that scene. I thought that was so, so cool. And I love the way that they meet. There's obviously an attraction there. I'm a little disappointed that I'm falling short of my goals so far. I'm trying to read 75 pages a day so that way I can finish this up in a week. I'm still going to try to do that. This has captured my attention just so much. I have to know what happens. Even though I'm in the middle of other books, my attention is constantly drawn to this one. I want to return to this one so bad. I just can't wait to see what happens. I'm officially at that part where Peyton is being escorted in order to enter these trials. I'm just loving this book. I understand why it's so popular because it is just that captivating. So we're gonna get to reading. It's time to make some coffee, get the day going, and continue with my reading. A quick Powerless update. I have completely failed my reading goal. Am I making progress? Yes, but it is now Saturday, the 27th, I think. I was hoping to have finished this book by then, but here we are, page 132, loving it. I have nothing bad to say about it. I'm really enjoying this story. I am just a slow reader, and I happen to get so distracted with other books that I happen to just get really excited about, or books that I have to read for my book club. So here we are. I'm really loving the story, but I'm just a little slower than I expected. I'm trying not to be too disappointed in the fact that I did not meet my goal. Not even close. Sometimes I feel like I set unrealistic expectations for my reading, especially when my life is as busy as it is, but I am very serious about finishing this up in the near future. I'm really enjoying it. It's tough to do vlog style, but I'm having a really good time and enjoying doing the filming of it. So let's keep plugging away and see how long this thing takes me to finish. But seriously, it's so good. Doing a reading vlog has been so fun so far. I've really enjoyed it. It is way harder than I ever anticipated. And it's not even the distractions of being a mother and just everyday life things, but it's the RRF, the resting reading face. So I had to keep that in mind while filming this vlog. My expressions don't exactly match how I'm feeling about the book, and that was really weird for me to discover. I'm still powering through Powerless. I'm absolutely loving it. I do understand the parallels that people are complaining about. A lot of other readers are saying it's too similar to Hunger Games, a couple of other books. Honestly, that doesn't bother me because the characters in here are unique and they don't necessarily remind me of Peeta or Gale or Katniss or anything like that. They are very much their own individual characters. So I'm really loving it. Update, I am officially a third of the way through Powerless. Super behind schedule, but very much enjoying it. I am seriously loving this book, loving it so much. It's just taking me a while to get through it. Nothing wrong with it. I have zero complaints about it, actually, which is kind of weird. Zero complaints. Absolutely loving it. This is stunning so far. So I'm gonna see how much more progress I can make today. Update on Powerless. We have officially entered the very first trial, so I can't wait to see how the story continues from here. It's been really fun. Also, this is extremely creepy. On my end, I can see myself being projected right here. I kind of look like a ghost. I believe that's due to the fact that I've cracked my screen protector. At least I hope it's my screen protector and not the actual phone, but wow, that's really trippy. This has taken me so much longer than I anticipated, but you know what? It's okay. I am really enjoying it. As I said before, I create unrealistic reading goals for myself, considering my lifestyle. So I wanted to have finished this up like a week and a half ago, but here we are, August 4th, I believe the date is. But I'm chugging along, really enjoying it. Still, so far, this is a 5-star read for me. I hope nothing changes my opinion on that, but we still have a ways to go. So let's get to it. I am now officially over the halfway mark. Still loving it. Some of the dialogue I'm finding is a little cheesy. It's not enough to bother me, but it is noteworthy. There are a few eye roll moments, but it's not impacting my overall enjoyment of this book. At this point in the story, we have already completed the very first trial, and I'm kind of understanding the feedback that I keep hearing from fellow book talkers, booktubers, bookstagrammers, is that this is so romance heavy that it does kind of take away from the overall plot, takes away from the trials, but again, it's not enough to necessarily dull my experience of this book. I'm still really, really enjoying it, but it is very romance heavy, which I'm not complaining. I went into this book expecting some heavy romance. Now, I'm not talking about smut. We haven't encountered that yet, but just overall romantic interactions, they're wonderful. They're great. My only complaint that I can recall at this very moment is there is a moment during the first trial where I thought that is awfully convenient. It's too convenient. So it leaves me wondering, is there something that goes on later in the book that explains the awfully convenient occurrence at which I am referring to? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. So I'm not gonna judge it until I finish the book, but that one moment kind of bothered me because it was just too easy. Not necessarily believable, so I don't know, we're gonna keep going, but I really am enjoying this experience. This is so good. I love it. There's definitely a reason why there is a ton of hype about Powerless, because so far, it's great. I love it. Good morning. It's August 20th. I've been working on this for a month. That's way too long. I am really, really enjoying this story and I am getting so close. I am officially at the 82% mark. I have 70 pages left, so let's get through it. At this point in the story, we are at the final trial and I cannot wait to see what happens next. This has been quite the journey. I can't say it's the perfect plot, but I feel like they are the perfect characters. As far as enjoyment is concerned, this is 5 stars. If we're talking about overall plot and execution, I'm thinking 4 stars. There are a couple problems that I'm noticing right now. Nothing terrible, nothing that's going to hinder my enjoyment, but the characters are perfect. These are 5-star characters and like a 4-star plot. So let's see where the story goes. I'm excited to finish this up. I really hope that I can finish this up today, which I think I can. I really don't have much left. Are you playing with my hair? Yay. So we're gonna get to reading and hopefully finish this up today. Okay, I started noticing something funny about Powerless recently. There is such a huge emphasis on the characters loving their name coming from the other character's mouth. I think that's so strange. If my husband is using my name, it's probably because I'm in trouble. So I don't know if I totally relate to that or totally understand. It's a little odd to me. I'm really into their chemistry. I really believe their romance. I don't think anything is wrong with really enjoying the fact that they like hearing each other's names spoken from each other's mouths. I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. I don't feel like that would do anything for me romantically, but hey, to each their own, I guess. But I'm noticing this theme reoccur in this book quite often. It's just being so enthused by the fact that the other character is using their name. A little strange to me, but all right. Other than that, I am totally bought into the love story. I'm totally bought into the love interest. I think the chemistry is unmatched. I love their banter. I love their dialogue. I've made a little bit of progress since my update this morning. Not a lot, because my son has kept me very busy. But a couple things I wanted to comment on. I mentioned that this was 5 stars when it comes to characters. I really love the characters. Kai, he's perfect. I'm sorry, he's just perfect. Peyton, love the girl. She is a nice balance of just witty, badass, but also just a kind soul. You can't help but love her. Now, when it comes to the overall romance, I love the romance. I'm not denying that there aren't cheesy moments, because there are. You find those cliche romantic moments in here for sure. Now, if you are going to read Powerless, be prepared for a slow burn. It's wonderful. I really love it. But if you like romance to happen at breakneck speed, you're not going to find that in here. I don't think that's necessarily a spoiler, but I think it's important to know going in, because some romance readers, they really like that breakneck pace when it comes to romance. That's not in this, but the banter is great. I love the dialogue between the characters. I love everything that's going on in the story. There are cheesy moments. There are eye roll moments. I hate to admit it, but it's not detracting from the story whatsoever. I'm still really enjoying my read through. I'm still very much enjoying the experience, very much enjoying the romance. But sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, that is so cliche. You see that in a lot of other romance stories, but it's okay. I forgive it. The story is intriguing enough on its own to where I'm all right. I'm all right if there's a couple cliche moments. So we're gonna keep reading, and I hope to finish this up today, because now I have about 50 pages left, so I don't see why I can't make that happen. So let's get back to reading. By Joel, I've done it. I have finally finished Powerless. It's been a journey. It's been so fun. It may have taken me a month to read it, but that is totally a product of my chaotic life. It has nothing to do with the story, the characters, the writing. All of it was great. I highly, highly recommend it. I was captivated the whole time. The fact that it took me so long really was my own doing. That was my own fault. I created unrealistic goals in trying to read this within a week. It took me a month. It is what it is, but I'm so glad that I read this. I cannot wait to see what happens in the sequel, which is Reckless, I believe. So I will be ordering that right away, like today. One thing that I really appreciated about this book, aesthetically, this is one of the prettiest books I think I've ever encountered. I love the way each chapter looks. It's so pretty. And I also like how bite-sized the chapters are. You're not in it for a long haul on any of these chapters. You're not looking at like a 50-page long chapter. Honestly, most of these chapters are probably under 10 pages, and it makes it really digestible, makes it easy to kind of fly through. Absolutely recommend. Lauren Roberts, well done. This is your debut novel. Consider me incredibly impressed. You did a great job. I was so entertained. I love the characters. I can't wait to continue your series. Look, I want to give this 5 stars. I really do. I don't know if I can. The thing is this, characters are 5 stars. The banter, the dialogue, 5 stars. Overall enjoyment, 5 stars. Absolutely, no questions asked. But there were a few moments where I wasn't totally convinced. There were a couple things that I found kind of corny, kind of cheesy. And then there was a moment in particular that just wasn't believable. I didn't believe it. It seemed awfully convenient to me. And I thought that maybe there would be a reasonable explanation that was coming up towards the end of the book, maybe an explanation for why that happened, but there wasn't. So unless there's something that I'm missing in the sequel, I just didn't find it incredibly believable. Actually, I lied. There are 2 moments where I was like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. But overall enjoyment, 5 stars. Because of the couple moments that just weren't believable to me, I would say let's give this a 4.75 star rating. I think that is totally fair. I really did enjoy it. I love the characters. I loved Kai's character. I love Payne's character. She's scrappy. I seriously can't wait to dive into the sequel. I have to know what happens next. This is one of those series that I want to jump into right away. Typically, I take lots of breaks. I read a lot of books in between, but for this, I just have to know. I have to know what happens next. What an ending. I tell you, what an ending. There was a pretty good twist in here at the end that in all reality, I should have seen. I should have seen it coming. I totally didn't. It kind of blindsided me, but there were hints. I should have seen it. So 4.75 stars. Thank you for joining me on this vlogging journey. This was my first vlog ever. I really enjoyed it. It took me a long time, but no regrets. I'm so glad that I did it. If you have yet to do so, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date on bookish content, hit the bell. That way you can be notified when I do my second vlog ever, which will probably be on the novella, which I believe is called Powerful, and then followed by Reckless. Maybe I'll do that in one vlog session. That seems like a good idea. So ring the bell so you get notified for that video. If you have read this, share your thoughts with me. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you think of Kai's character? Did you buy into the romance? Did you buy into the overall plot? Was there anything that was missing for you? Talk to me about those moments. I think I need to do another video that contains spoilers because there are things I really want to talk about that I cannot in this vlog because I don't want to give anything away, because I recommend that you read this. I would rather you read it versus listening to me rant about certain spoilers. So if you stuck with me on this journey, thanks for sticking around. You're a trooper. Vlogging is very difficult. Not only do I have a million interruptions throughout a reading session, but just having the camera on is super distracting. So I applaud anyone who can do it. I'm looking forward to trying it out again because I think I could do it better. But this was a great start for me. So thanks for hanging in there. I hope you're reading something great and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for giving this a watch and I'll catch you on the flip side.